A sad day here in the Empire, ladies and gentlemen. We got assault battles ahead of us right now. What you're about to see is disgusting rebellion propaganda. You're going to be seeing the Grand Admiral himself slaughter his Imperial brothers. But ladies and gentlemen, just know that what you are seeing is a Jedi mind trick to turn you against the Empire. That is right, ladies and gentlemen. Bring him on over, Gary. We're right now live over here on Twitch. And what we got behind us, ladies and gentlemen, is we have the Imperial Might, Military Might, Assault Battles. And I want to run through it with you guys. We're going to do some Challenge Tier 2 gameplay. We destroyed Challenge Tier 1 on full auto with the Rebels. And just a little bit of consolation for you. Tier 2 will be tricky, but keep in mind, the goal for doing these Military Mights and Assault Battles in general is knockout Challenge Tier 1, ladies and germs, because these datas are so important. And all these Chirotech and Gear 12 finisher pieces. Challenge Tier 2 is nice, don't get me wrong, especially every little bit of assault battles that you can complete here and there. This is definitely the most important, but it's not too much to cry over spilt milk at the Empire. We don't cry. But before we do so, as we see, my Rebels are in a pretty good spot. My Rebel team is good enough to take on top tier General Anakin Skywalker teams. I'll make a video about that probably within the next day. So what I want to show you before we actually run through it, because I have things like Relic 7 Han Solo, I want to show you what other people have been doing to knock out this assault battle before we hop into our own gameplay right here. Gary, bring him on over here. So here's a couple people over in the Reddit world that showed how they accomplished it. We're going to kind of run through a couple of things, and then we'll do it ourselves. Challenge Tier 2. As we see, we got some Gear 12 Rebels right here and a Gear 11 Scarefellow Pathfinder. Shout out to Tar and a Klimon for that right there. Over here, some people doing it with 5s. Luckily, Rebels and Clones are teams you need to gear up at one point or another. And a lot of people are especially going to have Clones geared up if they're building up the Shock T or at the end goal, General Anakin Skywalker. 5's Late Omega was the trick. Clones are Relic 7 with Arena mods. And Chewie is Gear 12 with gas mods. Moving on, we have another one right here. Commander Cody lead. If you have the Zeta on Commander Cody, one of the great things is there's a lot of protection regeneration for survivability. And we have some high clones. And then lastly over here, what we got is another batch of Gear 12 Rebels knocking out the challenge tiers. So there's some variety out there. 5's lead might be good if you don't have the Commander Cody Zeta, so you have more durability. What we're going to run with is going to be our Rebellion. Yes, I know it sounds dirty. It sounds dirty running our Rebellion, but we're going to do Challenge Tier 2. Again, if you have this team right here, you should be able to auto the Tier 1 part, and that's the most important. So here we go, Gary. Close your eyes. This might get a little dirty. We're going to see our fallen Imperial brothers in this military might. Now, Rebels, my goodness, they are so important nowadays, especially if you tuned into our Grand Arena earlier today. Having a good Rebel team is incredibly important because if you can find ways to counter General Anakin Skywalker, it's fantastic. Again, more information coming soon about how that all works. Now, we have this ability right here. One thing with these military mights or assault battles in general, they've been forcing you to take advantage of these special abilities they grant because generally, as we see, we don't really need them for lower tiers, but this gets important earlier on once you get to those challenge tiers. Gain heal over time effect and 15%, and then retribution and plus 50% offense for one turn, and the Rebels are going to hit hard. These buffs cannot be dispelled. In addition, gain a 50% chance to call an assist until the end of the battle when attacking out of turn. So we're going to keep that in our back pocket. Especially with Rebels, they should put out some high damage. If using Commander Cody, because you're one of those poor souls that has a Commander Cody that's not as usable anymore, he's going to be able to get people to assist. And the more times you're using your landing crits and you're using your basics, you're going to get lots of protection regen back. So, all right, here we go. Let's just, bam, get out of here. Disgrace of an Imperials. These aren't the Imperials. These are Rebels in disguise right here, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go after the Stormtrooper Commando. Putting out big damage. Let's just go ahead and use this right now. There we go. We got Chewbacca for the assist. Chewbacca is incredibly helpful. He's, as we know, he's such an important element to making sure the Rebels can beat a lot of teams nowadays. When you have Commander Luke and Han Solo guard, as you're noticing, we're able to keep regeneration up. One of the big things with these assault battles is survivability. Can you survive long enough? And that's why we've seen things like Bosk be so important for the bounty hunter mission. And then, so you need to make sure, I think Chewbacca is definitely a critical component. So if you can't have a high tier Rebel team, one thing you probably want to do is, hey, if you at least have Chewbacca, put him in your team. If you can have him guard, let's say Captain Rex or something, because Captain Rex definitely seems like he's going to be extremely helpful with his Annihilate. or his aerial advantage, I should say more specifically. Chewbacca may be guarding him, helping him keep on top of all of his health and protection. Might not be all that bad of an idea. Like here, right here, like Han Solo can regenerate health and protection back. I'm not too scared putting him out in the open. Boom, boom. Look, he's regenerating back. Come on, hit him with the Wookiee dab. Bam! Get him out of here. Get him out of here. Bam! Moving on to tier 4, ladies and gentlemen, across the galaxy. All I'm saying is that we're doing a security check right now. We're doing a security check right now, seeing how viable is this Imperial defense, and it's not looking good. Here we go. Put some Retribution up on the board. There we go. Boom, 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 boom. Look at us coming out like wildfire. Let's just do this again. Bam. Now, this mission's always the one that can throw people off. Try not to hit Director Krennic too much, because as you're seeing, you're feeding way too much turn meter to these Death Troopers. All right, mass assist. Let's go ahead and get Han Solo in here. Boom, boom. Thank you so much. I want you in my room. Krennic! Wait till the Emperor hears about this. Wait till the Emperor hears about this, Krennic. Jeez. Disgraceful. Moving on, ladies and gentlemen. Bunch of Stormtroopers. We got a wall of Stormtroopers right here. Again, we could probably... Honestly, I feel like I can put Sun Auto. I'm basically mainly wanting to slow play it. Just kind of want to slow play it in case the AI goes crazy. It's the last wave. You got to be careful because it can feel like Palpatine's going to run a turn meter train around you, and that's the beauty of Emperor Palpatine. All right, here we go. Shrug it off. Bam! He's gone. Chewie coming in, lighting a fire. Bam! If we can get a fresh Wookiee dab right now, that would be fantastic. Here we go. Let's just do this right now. Go. Han Solo. It feels weird putting Han Solo out in the open, but man, he can handle the heat. Bam! Bam! Get out of here. Bam! Bam! Gone. Bam! Jeez. Why is the Empire so bad in this game? I'm here trying to get my grind on, trying to get my resource, but this is breaking my heart. I feel like Disney, Capital Games, is doing the Empire the service. The Empire is misunderstood. Trying to make the world a better place, and yet they're promoting this propaganda right here. Rebels just obliterating. This is just horrible propaganda. Gary, we're going to have to do something about this. We're going to have to launch an attack on Capital Games after this is done. Bam! Get out of here. Getting close to tier 8, ladies and gentlemen. Let Commander Luke do a little dance. He's getting down tonight. Bam. Mass assist. Boom. All right. So one thing I think to keep in mind, especially if you're using Captain Rex, try to make sure you save your aerial advantage going into the last wave. Try to make sure Captain Rex can have as much turn meter as possible before going into that last phase, because that Palpatine phase, whoo! A little insane to the membrane. Kill those Death Trooper first so they don't get in our way. Pulled off that taunt. Thank you so much for playing. Give it back to Han Solo. Keep him out in the open. Oh, wow. That was... Wow, look at this Imperial might. Disgrace! Has Capital Games not seen the power of what we have here on my Star Destroyer? Boom, boom. Lighting him up. Boom. Come on. Wow, Short Trooper. Amazing work. Come on. Come on. Let's go. Boom, boom, boom. All right, let's finish off this Death Trooper over here. Boom. All right. Slice him down in half. Bam! Clean it up. Clean it up, ladies and gentlemen. Finish this fool. All right, let's try to make sure. Let's see. Let's reset our cooldowns for Chewie. Pulverize should be reset so long as he has no protection on him. Push back a little bit of turn meter. Save the special ability. All I know so far is that this must be some rest and pepperoni festival. I am disappointed in this Imperial might. We're running into now the final encounter. We're going to start first. I'm going to just go ahead, land a fresh stun on Papa Popster, shut down the turn meter train at the beginning. All right, there we go. Get us the counter. Beautiful. Stun, you fools. All right, what we're going to do here is try to pull back some turn meter on Thrawn. Bam, get out of here, Thrawn. We all know who the real Grand Admiral is around here. Director of the Video Gaming Division. Bam, 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 bam. He's gone. If you got a good Rebel team, which I highly advise, if you're not sold on why you need a good Rebel team, stay tuned. Tomorrow we're going to have a video out. This is such an important team. No, any resources going into Han Solo, going into Commander Luke, going into Chewbacca will not go to waste. Not just because of the PvP viability that these characters have, but Han Solo, Chewie, one of the top tier ships in this game. So if you're looking for something to improve upon in this game, definitely having... Let's do this. Let's do this. Let's pull away that... No. Let's do this. Yeah. Oh, will they survive? Oh, come on, Palpatine. Disgrace. And another great thing about Chewie is that he'll stop him from getting stunned, which is a nice little benefit. Bam. And bam. Put it on auto. Disgrace. All I can tell you from firsthand is that the Empire is not this disgraceful. Absolutely not this disgraceful, ladies and germs. So, I think no matter which route you go to, whether the Rebel route or Clone route, there are ways to accomplish it, as we showed you with some other snippets throughout the community. But both of these teams, if you go after Clones or Rebels, they're both going to be fantastic for Grand Arena. So it's not like you're gearing up worthless characters. Like, there's not really much reason to gear up bounty hunters unless you're just a bounty hunter lover. But here, both of these teams are fantastic. And if you could snag yourselves a couple more Zetas, and ideally maybe you can get those extra little Electrum conductors, which are a pain in the butt to get, all the better. Really quick, I'll show you again what I'm running with here. My Rebels are definitely a bit more top tier. But here's what we're running. We have Relic 6 Commander Luke, Relic 7 Han Solo, Relic 5 Chewbacca, Relic 1 C-3PO, and R2-D2. So definitely a bit out there, but as you saw, it was really, really easy. So you can definitely knock this down a few pegs. As you saw, people doing it with Gear 12 as well as Gear 11 characters. One thing to keep in mind, if you want some mod rundowns, definitely having a Commander Luke that can hit hard and that's also really fast is going to be important for this event and just in general. Han Solo, as much damage as possible, crit damage, offense. I don't even care much about speed. Give him as much offense and crit damage as possible. If you want to give him some more speed, all the better. And then Chewbacca, oddly enough, giving him a tenacity set's going to help him from shaking off things like dazes. That's more for PvP stuff, but you want him to just keep assisting and try to stay alive as long as possible. So nothing really too special here. This event isn't the most difficult one. The most difficult assault battle so far, in my opinion, was Places of Power. That one definitely was a little tricky. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Hopefully between what I showed you today or those other little snippets from all those lovely people in the community, you have an idea on what you could be using for this military might. Again, what you saw today, Rebel propaganda. We got to straighten this out, Capital Games. I am disappointed in the amount of shame you're giving to the Empire. Absolutely disappointed. But thank you guys so much for watching. Nonetheless, like if you did enjoy the video, comment down below and all your thoughts, and be sure to subscribe so you're not missing a thing. And I'll see all you lovely people in the next video. Peace out, everyone. Woo! Gary, bring it in. Gary. Jeez, Gary.